Welcome back to The Missing Men. I am your host, H. Bell. This episode is brought to you by Sweet Tea, because I'm thirsty and nobody sponsors me. All right, jokes aside. Tonight, what I want to talk about is some of the things that are currently going on and how they reflect on us as men. I'm talking about current events. I'm talking about what one person's doing and trying to make a difference. Now, some of them you may hear when I say a name and go, why are you talking about that? Why are you talking about him? But trust me, let me go around to what I'm talking about and you'll understand it. Because what I want tonight to be about, title, what one man can do. I want you to ask yourself, have you ever been at that place in which you've said, man, I can't do this. I'm not going to do it. I'm just one guy. It's too much for one person to do anything about. I cannot make a change like that. I'm just Heath, or I'm just Tom, or I'm just Bob, or I'm just Susie. You've probably been there. I think we all have. If we're really honest with each other, we've been in a situation in which we said, I can't make a difference. Now, I want to put this in perspective. I realize there's some things people can't do. I mean, for obvious reasons. This fella right here, you do not want me to be your your representative for the next a wonderful fragrance of Tresemme shampoo. Not really going to help you out. I don't think I'm the one that needs to slather it on there and try to sell it. I don't think it's going to work. Now, that doesn't mean I don't believe in myself. I'm just saying, hair model, no. Now, if you've got a new shaving cream that you want to showcase on some burly facial hair, I got it. I can do that one. I don't know if I'm your guy for it, but I fit the bill. So I get it. There's some things we can't do. There's some things we can't do. My local mechanic, I don't want being my brain surgeon. My brain surgeon, I probably don't want being my local mechanic. Obviously, it's not going to work. But hey, that's one man. You're saying one man can make a difference. Yes, I am. But I'm putting it in perspective. All right, so what I want to start with right now, if you are paying attention to the news, you have heard about Elon Musk. Now, for anybody that's heard his name and went, who in Sam Hill is Elon Musk? He's the owner of Tesla. I mean, that's where it kind of all started. Now, in all honesty, there's really a good story behind Elon Musk and where he came from. He came from much of nothing. And he is doing well for himself. He probably has more money in his front pocket than I have in my bank account. I'm not saying that for fact, but he's got plenty of dough to spread around. Now, what he has went out there and done is bought Twitter. Now, I don't tweet. I don't have a Twitter account. I've never had a Twitter account. So therefore, I don't really have a dog in this hunt from that perspective. But watching what one man has caused for so many, there are people losing their mind, losing it. There are grown adults have been in tears over this man buying Twitter and going private. Okay, I want to stop for a second. I want to repeat that. Grown people have broke down in tears over this man buying Twitter. The title of my video series is The Missing Men. I'm begging some of these people to find manhood, find adulthood if you are not a man, find whatever you need to find to realize there's nothing in life that should have us crying over someone buying a business. Now, what I want to point out, one man is trying to change something. Now, I don't know him as an individual, so I am not standing here on behalf of Elon Musk to tell you he is the greatest man alive. He is the best thing since sliced bread. I don't know his moral character. I don't know his character in general. I don't know his beliefs. I don't know his religious affiliation. There's not much I know about him. But what I can tell you is he has shown that he sees something that is a little broken and he wants to fix it. But there's some people that want to leave this thing as it is. So I'm on board with seeing what he does with it. I really am. But what I want you to see, one man, he's trying to make a massive difference. And I promise you, he is stirring that pot really, really hard right now. My next one, now this might not be a name some of you are familiar with. Maybe some of you are. His name's Jeremy Boring. He's one of the owners of Daily Wire. There's some programming I listen to of Daily Wire. So I hear his name frequently. I know a lot of the stuff they do. For anybody that's out there looking for something that gives them some content that you can trust is going to be okay, I highly suggest looking at Daily Wire. But they've kind of branched out. They've got a series of individuals that do podcasts for them. But due to things that's happened in current events, they now have launched what they call Daily Wire Kids. And it is a whole division that they're devoting to just trying to provide content for kids that John Q. Adult can put a small child in front of and not be worried about what's fixing to come through the screen. Not worried about, have I got to reprogram my child after they've watched this? They can trust what's coming out of there. Now, in today's current situation, that's some good news to have. Now, again, I'm not promoting anybody from a perspective of somebody's told me to say this. So anybody that hears what I'm saying tonight, please do your own homework on it. But one of the other things they started, this happened back last year. They had Harry's Razors as a sponsor. Harry's Razors went up in arms over a comment one of their individuals on Daily Wire had in a podcast, and it revolved around the transgender community. Well, Harry's Razors pulled the plug. That's it. They completely took their sponsorship away from Daily Wire and anything affiliated with Daily Wire. Cancel culture came up and bit them. And that's it. It was over. Now, here's the thing. Jeremy Boring could have just, okay, well, let me go find me another sponsor and let's just keep this thing going. And trust me, they did. They got other sponsors. But he turned around and started a company called Jeremy's Razors. In 1 week, 45,000 subscriptions came in to Jeremy's Razors. 1 week, 45,000 subscriptions. Now, you know what that tells me? That means there were some people going, you know what? I like what you're doing. I'm going to help support you. I'll stand for your cause. I'm going to get my razor from you. Got to shave. Going to get my razor from you. 45,000 people did it. Now, this was roughly 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe 2 months ago, somewhere in there. I know that's a big range. I get it. I don't know where they're at right now, but obviously they're more than 45,000. Point I'm making, one man decided, I'm going to do this and try to make a difference. Now, I'm not saying this is some monumental change Jeremy Boring is doing. I'm not saying he's changed the complete trajectory of the moral fiber of America because he started Jeremy's Raiders. No, it's not what I'm saying. The point I'm making for tonight, one man making a difference. Jeremy Boring, one man making a difference. Obviously, he has a team around him. Obviously, it's not just him that's making the Daily Wire be what it is. But he's a big part of being the spearhead. Now, my next example, I want to go back. I mean, way back. I'm going to talk about Noah. I'm pretty sure most anybody that's listening to this, because most of the people that are still listening to this are people that I know. I'm willing to bet you when I said Noah, you know what Noah did. Noah built him a boat. I always go back to when I was a little kid. I heard a little girl sing a song. He built it from Gopher, Barky, Barky. I'll never forget that little girl when she sang that song. But I want you to put in perspective how big of a boat he built. Noah did not build a 16-foot Ranger bass boat. Not even close. I'm going to read this right out of a commentary in my Bible, because most of the scripture will refer to cubits and what the measurement is. A cubit was about 18 inches long, making the ark 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 45 feet high. I want to say that again. 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 45 feet high. A gigantic box of that size would be very stable in the water, impossible to capsize. The volume of space in the ark was 1.4 million cubic feet, equal to the volume of space in the ark, which equaled the capacity of 522 standard railroad boxcars. Again, he wasn't building a bass boat, folks. What did he endure while he was building this? What did people say? I mean, when they looked out in his pasture, he laid the first board down. I mean, let's think about it. 450 feet long, he lays the first board down. Nobody has a clue. By the time he's to the 23rd board, let's say, people are going, what in Sam Hill is going on? Because 20 boards in, he probably ain't got a side yet. At least one run of a side. He ain't got walkie-talkies. Unless Noah knew something we didn't and had a crane, obviously. I know he didn't. I'm pretty confident he didn't have one of them fancy telescopic lifts that you see on different shows. I mean, we ain't even talking about a skid steer. Nothing. Caterpillar didn't exist. He had these. This is what is it? These. Had some family members that had more of these. 450 feet long, 75 feet wide. You don't think there were some people walking by there going, man, something ain't right in your head. You think this place is going to flood so much that you're going to get in that boat. And you're telling me you're fixing to put animals, male and a female, up in this thing and your family because God told you to. Now, I'm sure there was a lot of people saying, kudos to you, Noah. That, you know what, you're following what God said. And they walked off and went, whew, man's strange. He built that boat. There's somebody going, how do you think you're going to get an elephant to go up in there? Much less how you going to get 2 elephants. If you read the scripture, you'll find out that the animals went to him. Think about that. They went to him. They went to Noah. Just, here we come. Now, I'm not saying Noah did that, obviously. Noah followed God's directions and did his part. He used these. God needed him. God needed that tool. God needed Noah to be his tool. Put it together and then get ready. He told Noah to prepare for the rain. I'll bring it later. Noah did his job. God brought them animals, put them in that boat. All right, Noah, close it up. God brought the rain, covered it all. One man, look what he did. One man stood his ground. Listen to all them people that are sitting there going, this man's crazy. He ain't right. Still went. Still did it. I got one more. Again, this is on back there. 1940. I want to talk about Professor Edwin Orr of Wheaton University. Now, I'm sorry I didn't, and I feel bad that I don't have my reference for this off the website that I pulled it from. But Edwin Orr took a group of students to go see John Wesley's home. Now, while they're there, he showed John Wesley's room, and beside the bed, there's 2 worn spots, side by side. Those worn spots were from John Wesley's knees. Now, John Wesley, for anybody that's just asking yourself, who's John Wesley? He founded the Methodist movement. Now, that spot, that's where John Wesley went down, prayed each night. Probably prayed multiple times a day. I don't know specifically. But the thing was, it was war where his knees were at. How many times did he have to put his knees onto the ground to wear a spot out, asking God to come down and bring revival on a country, on a world, asking God to use him to be a difference maker? Let me go back. Remember what we're talking about, one man. Asking God how to use him to make a difference. His knees wore a spot out. Well, this group of students saw where it was at. Well, while they're loading everybody up, they realized one of the students wasn't there. They went back, looked through the house, found the student. He had placed himself in the war spot, put his knees in that spot. The professor could hear the student asking God to use him, asking God to do it again and use him. Now, the thing is, I do believe everybody listening tonight, when I tell you the name of the individual, will go, oh yeah, I know him. You've probably listened to him. His name's Billy Graham. I want to give you a few stats from Lifeway Research. This is just a few of them. I think it's fascinating to go back, if somebody wants to look this up, and see the rest of the stats of how Billy Graham's life changed so many different people. And we don't know exactly his impact. They estimate 2.2 billion, that's a B, billion, heard him preach. 215 million, an M, were at least at a live event. 2.2 million, they believe, claim salvation from listening to Billy Graham. 185 nations and territories were areas that he preached in. Again, that's just a small sample size of what I was researching on. Think about that. One man. Again, yes, there was lots of support to help him accomplish the things he did. Lots of support. But I still want you to understand, one man, guided by God's direction and will, he just listened to him. Look what he did. I get it. I started this off with Elon Musk, and I've ended with Billy Graham. I get it. It kind of seems strange, but I'm wanting you to understand you are a difference maker. Believe it or not, you are a difference maker. I'm a difference maker. If you don't believe that, you're selling yourself short. I've told people that I've worked with before, negativity breeds negativity. Positivity breeds positivity. I don't know if I stole that from somebody. I don't believe it's out there. It's just something I've told people over and over. I believe it's original to me, but I don't know. But if you're just going to be just a nagging hen all day, every day, it's going to create nagging hens all the way around you. It's hard to be raised with sunshine 24/7. It is. And I get it. We can't necessarily do that. But if we're going to change people, if we're going to impact people, who we are and how we act says so much about it. Think about your character. Think about what you do on a daily basis. I've said this in one of my episodes before. I want you to think about how you are on, let's say, Thursday night at 8 o'clock compared to who you are at Sunday on 9 o'clock in the morning. What do you like Saturday afternoon or Saturday night compared to Monday morning? Think about who you are 7 days a week. Think about how you can impact those around you. Men, stand up for what's right. Stand up because we all need it. Stand up because we need leaders. Stand up because we need to stop sitting down. I thank y'all for listening to me. I hope this reaches someone else. Again, if there's somebody that you want to send it to them. I appreciate anybody that's listening. If there's anything, again, that y'all see that you want to talk about, you want me to look into, tell me. Put it in comments. I'd love to hear from it. I'd love to hear from y'all. Thanks again. Y'all have a good night.